Okay. 7 a.m. Monday, one day early since tomorrow is New Year's Eve. So no one is going to be wanting to watch a live stream on New Year's Eve. Though if we went live and tried to make it to midnight, maybe, but in general, probably not. So we're here. It's Monday. I can't believe it's going to be 2025. I don't think anyone can believe it's going to be 2025 this freaking fast. Like this year went crazy fast. Um, a lot happening in the world of entertainment. Jason Momoa was just, I guess, officially cast as Lobo, which is kind of cool, kind of boring. I don't know, 10 years too late, maybe. The DCU, I was so excited when I watched the Superman trailer, and I haven't really thought about the trailer since the day it came out and I did all the videos. It's crazy. It just feels like, I don't know, pretty boring right now to me. And then the whole Batman thing, the Batman 2 is delayed. And if they want to use that Batman in the DCU, that means you're going to have 2025, like 3 years with no Batman in your universe. Like, that kind of sucks. I don't know. It's just kind of underwhelming to me right now. That's why I just can't wait for the movies to actually come out. Because once they're good, then you're like, oh yeah, I can't wait for this. But it's just some of the announcements are kind of boring to me. I like Jason Momoa. I liked him as Aquaman. Good actor. He was awesome in the last Fantastic Four, the last Fast and the Furious movie. But like, cast new actors maybe. I don't know. And before anyone starts to say, well, Marvel's doing it. Marvel is 16 years into their universe, which they are ending. Like they're not starting their universe, they're ending it with variants, and then it's done. And then they're probably going to reboot it with new characters and new people playing certain characters. But I'm sure some will stay. Like Tom Holland's going to be Spider-Man forever, I'm sure. I feel like Chris Hemsworth will stay as Thor if they want to continue that story because Thor is boring in general. Like Thor is a what's the word? Um, a public domain character basically. He's a Norse god. Like no pun intended, you struck lightning with Chris Hemsworth as Thor. Are you going to do it twice to make us interested in Thor? Like we had to be. We had no choice. There were no other characters. So he'll probably stay. Tony Stark, Robert Downey Jr. as Doctor Doom will probably die, and then we'll get a new Doom. Like that makes sense. You just really need RDJ for the story they're telling, and once they reboot it with the Fantastic Four, then we'll get our real Doom, I'm sure. The Fantastic Four will probably stay. Um, some characters I think might, like the Guardians of the Galaxy, will probably keep that cast because they did say Star Lord was going to return, so he's on Earth. Um, Loki, I guess he stays. Hey, Lathias, what's going on? Merry belated Christmas. Just talking about some stuffs. Just talking about the end of the MCU and who I think is going to kind of stay and who's going to be recast. Christmas was good. We were in Cancun for my birthday, which is Christmas. We were there from Tuesday. We came home Saturday, and it was fun. We went to an all inclusive, so that was nice. And it was nice. A little overcast, a little cloudy, but the weather was nice. We went to the beach pretty much every day, ate a lot, drank a lot, and had a lot of fun. So thank you. How was your Christmas? And did you do anything? And then New Year's is coming up. I was just saying earlier when I was talking how I was like, oh, we're not going to go live on New Year's Eve. And then I was just the kind of assassins watching TV in the living room. I was talking to her about Like, what if we went live and see if we can make it till midnight? That would be nuts. Matthias ate too much, still have to recover. Yeah, we ate a lot. Like, I still feel full. It's crazy. You know, I definitely overate. So I'm still probably digesting everything. My body's getting used to cooking again and eating on a normal schedule. But um, let's see. Matthias says, to be honest, super depressed lately and no energy for anything, so I didn't have anything planned for tomorrow. Feels sad, but I don't know. Also, no, I cannot force this. Yeah, if you're not up to it, if you're not feeling it, like no one is forced, like you said, you're not forced to do anything. We were out last year. We found a place by us. Well, we didn't, a place by us we went to a lot. We just found out last year, did something for New Year's. So it's like, I forgot, we went at 9 o'clock and we stayed till midnight. It was really fun. And we were thinking about doing it again, but we're tired. We were out for 5 days, you know, 4.5 hour flight each way, waking up early, jet lag. Like, we're tired. Do we want to do it again? Yeah, of course we do, but I think it would just burn us out. So yeah, if it's not going to happen, it's not going to happen. So I might actually consider going live like late tomorrow, like at 10 o'clock Pacific, just to like bring in the new year. And if anybody just happens to be home, like anybody else was too tired to go out, then we ring in the new year together. You got to get a bottle of champagne or something. So, let's see. Feel like maybe I'll go to the celebration. Even if I have no friends here, would feel awkward, but don't know yet. I mean, sometimes you have fun times when you don't know anyone. I'm not a big person before, like when I was younger. Um, I didn't like going places where I didn't have friends. Like, I honestly didn't. If there was a reason for me to be there, like if it was, oh, I'm just gonna go to this bar just to hang out, would terrify me. But if there was a basketball game on, I could say, I'm gonna go to the bar to watch the game. Like, I have a reason to be there, right? So in my head, I'm not worrying about, oh man, I want to talk to somebody, have a conversation. Is anyone like, are people looking at me? Things like that. It's like, no, I'm here enjoying myself, watching the game. And then other people are watching it. So you're talking like, oh, people get excited. You know, they might be rooting for your team. You talk to them, and it's like organic. Bars are fine for me, but like a New Year's thing, I never seen people alone. Oh, well, I guess you just have to be the type of person who is not bothered by it. Like, if I wasn't with the kind assassin, I could probably, I go to the movies alone. Like, I do things by myself. So I might be fine doing it. The kind assassin. Sometimes there's so much pressure to make New Year's Eve a major big event. I used to have so much anxiety about having to do something grand, but it's okay not to do anything too. It's an arbitrary made up thing. Exactly. Matthias, I guess I could smoke a joint. Yeah, if you smoke a joint before you go, I think you'll be good. And the kind assassin is level 2. Yeah, we had fun. Like I said, we want to do something tomorrow, but we've just been we were out of the country for 5 days, so it's like we might pass out like in the bar. But if the kind assassin is still watching, I was telling Matthias, I might consider like at 10 o'clock going live in the living room, counting down to see if we can make it, and then pop champagne. But it's probably like a 25-75 chance of that. Good stuff. I hope everyone or most everyone hops on, because I do have not like an announcement of anything, just something weird that's going on that I wanted to mention. Chris is here. What's up, Chris? Merry belated Christmas. I guess I could repeat myself over and over as people come in, but I don't know enough about YouTube how they do anything, if they have year-end purging and stuff like that. But in the last 3 days, I've lost 80 subs. It's so weird. And I'm thinking they're purging fake accounts maybe, because I've lost subs in the past, but I've never lost 30, like 35 in a day. Like 2 days in the week, I lost about 35 each day. I went from, what did I have? 4,260. And now I'm at 4,188. It's crazy. Shira, what's up? Yeah, 80 subs. So it did get me down a little bit because obviously you don't want to. And typically it's like lose one, gain two, gain three, lose two. But it was crazy. Today is the first day that has been stable in the last like 3 days. I think I was at 4,189 this morning. When I think I went down to 87. Now I'm at 188, and I've been at 4,188 for most of the day. So hopefully they're done purging. Kind Assassin says New Year's Eve is actually a good time to go alone because everyone is in the celebrating mood, so they'll just all hug each other and you when the ball drops. Pretty much. Chris, hello, Botrix, your lovable robotic intelligence. So, Chris, Matthias, Kind Assassin, Shira, what do you all feel about Jason Momoa being cast as Lobo in the DCU today? So he's going from Aquaman to Lobo, which means we're probably not going to see an Aquaman in a while. I know, like, when he was first cast as Aquaman, he really wanted to be Lobo, but is it too little too late? I don't know. The Kind Assassin is good. She helps a lot. Shira says, "You're keeping me under control." Chris is the one who needs to be kept under control. Theus will be back in 5 minutes. Oh man. So try not to pay attention to me much. I guess. I guess. So yeah, Momoa's Lobo, and then the Batman's delayed. I don't know. He's definitely perfect for it. It's weird how excited I was. Like I stayed up. I woke up at 5 in the morning to watch the Superman trailer at 6. I did a live stream. I reacted to it. And that was, I think, a week ago or a week and a half ago. And I haven't really thought about it anymore. Like I'm kind of over it. The excitement for me has passed. So I just need to watch the movie basically. Because a lot of the things that they're announcing, especially stuff like, all right, Jason Momoa recast as someone else, not a new character, not a new actor. The Batman being moved, right? So are we going to get a DCU Batman? And if Robert Pattinson is the DCU Batman, then we're not getting a DCU Batman for like 2 years. It's crazy. Kind Assassin said, I think he's perfect after seeing the drawing. Yeah, I never knew who Lobo was until like back a couple of years ago. They mentioned him wanting to be Lobo. Chris says, don't want to stereotype Aquaman, but when I didn't get my boring blonde version of him, oh yeah, the Super Friends. Yeah, the thing that was kind of interesting about that was, and I didn't know this at the time, I didn't really know it until after the first Aquaman came out, is that I knew that I watched Super Friends, so I know the dorky blonde Aquaman. I did not know who Namor, the Submariner or Submariner, Submariner. I didn't know who he was, but I did find out after that they based Jason Momoa's Aquaman off of Namor, because I think the comics around that time, I don't know what they were called, like what's it called, Marvel. something where they kind of redesigned their characters. They made Namor like really badass. So that's what I heard, and whatever. So then when Marvel used Namor, they didn't make him like the Jason Momoa version. You know, they made him more um, uh, like from where they say he was from. So that's cool. But I'm glad they kept the little feet wings. Shira says, yeah, Jason is a beast of a man. He's good in that role. He was the best part to me of the last Fast and the Furious. Like that movie, it was fine. It was crazy, like wild, but Jason Momoa ate that movie up. So like if you're a person who doesn't want to watch those because you don't like the movies, I get that, but I highly recommend watching the last Fast and Furious just for him. Chris says the way he was portrayed early in DC Comics in the 80s is funny. Lobo became the more gruff Wolverine type a little later. See, again, I wouldn't know that. I don't know much about early comics, so it's cool that you all do to kind of school me on that. Um, what was I gonna say? I forgot what I was gonna say now. Uh, oh, did you all see the Spider-Man? What's it called? Spider-Man, Your Friendly Neighborhood Spider-Man trailer that came out yesterday. I think it looks cool. I'm disappointed because originally Friendly Neighborhood Spider-Man was supposed to be MCU, like Peter Parker year one, and then What If was supposed to be anthology, and they switched them, and I didn't like that. I really wanted What If to just be a one story every episode, and then I wanted um, Spider-Man Year One to be the animated introduction to Peter. So I'm kind of disappointed that it's not in the MCU, like the sacred timeline. But we're getting Spider-Man, so who could complain? Uh, Chris says, "Wait, did your drink bottle say?" Oh, yeah. It says the kind assassin here, and then it has both of our logos here, and then it has Screen Sanctum there. This is actually for sale on the shop and shop.screen. What is it? Shop.screensanctum.com. I have this. It's really cool, and the cool thing is this. When I bought it, I thought it was gonna be. I thought it was gonna be kind of cheap, like screen printed, but this is actually raised. It's not like metal or anything, but whatever ink they use or to put it on, it's like a like bubble. So it's kind of neat. Matthias is back. Shira says the new Spider-Man trailer looks interesting. They use the original song. Yeah, the original. That's the thing with the Superman trailer and the Spider-Man trailer. The song is what got me. Like, they started with that song. I was in. Like, that's what got me. The hip hop version, the song is fine, but it kind of just reminds me, like when the hip hop version of it started, I thought about Miles Morales, right? Because Into the Spider-Verse and Across the Spider-Verse is Miles really hip hop influence. So I don't know why they chose that route for Peter's Spider-Man, but what are you gonna do? Chris says, that is so cool that you're both on there. I have to check my savings and make a purchase. If you do, we greatly appreciate it, but obviously you don't have to purchase anything, donate anything, but again, if you want to, I appreciate it. Obviously, I have this I don't even know where it is, but my hat that I wear a lot, I don't know where I put it. Where is my hat? Well, my beanie hat that I have, that's on there. Then there's a baseball hat, and then for the kind assassin, there's a beanie and a baseball hat. Um, True Seattleite bought a kind assassin hoodie like this one, and then obviously this hoodie's on there. It's fun. Kind assassin using the emojis. Sheer said, "Do you enjoy your smoky smoke?" I'm still enjoying them. Kind assassin, don't break the bank. Yeah, I could pull it up. I think I could do this. Let's see if I even have it. Webcam, screen capture. Let's see. Window cap? No, it is application capture. There we go. So if you could see it, these are the products that I have. I haven't created anything new lately because no one ends up here, but I have this shirt that I use the Deadpool and Wolverine font to kind of make it look like the Deadpool and Wolverine logo. And then this one, I use the Guardians of the Galaxy. I actually have this t-shirt, but this is like the Guardians of the Galaxy font. It just says Sanctum of the Screen. Let's see. David Cornsweet, he may make a good Superman, but his hair is Clark Kent. He has a lot, it's like a lot of hair as Clark Kent. My regular screen Sanctum tee. Whoops, then I have my California license plate tee. And then the hoodie that I'm wearing, and then this is the hat, the regular baseball hat. I like that they could put it on like models, so you could kind of see what it looks like. So it comes in a few colors. I like this one actually. Then the beanie that I have, then this mug I think I should buy for myself eventually. Screen Sanctum on the front, the little logo on the back. Oh, I have stickers on here too. I forgot about that. Then I have the Kind Assassin merch. So her shirt. I have to check that. That logo looks really big. And then a hoodie for her. Well, this is a crop hoodie, regular hoodie. I love this logo that I created for the Kind Assassin. That's pretty cool. So she's got a hat, she's got a beanie, and she's got a mug. And I think there is something else. I just have to go to view all. I think there's one last thing. Yeah, Kind Assassin stickers, and then here's the mug. So we got that. Let's see. Chris says I'd get in trouble in the red light district. True's here. What's going on? Lathea says, Chris B, I'm hetero, so for me, that's no issue. Shira says, preparing for 2025. Yes. Lathea says level 5. Lathea is not hetero. Oh, God. True says, preparing FOD. What is FOD? Oh, preparing for sleep. Yeah, we're tired. Kind Assassin says she didn't know I had all that merch. Well, she had all. Yeah, I have a lot of stuff on here, and I'm still trying to like think of more. The crop hoodie is the newest one, but I'm trying. Chris was gonna say, Latheus, I've had girlfriends, but Chris Evans is still a snack. Chris B, food. Oh, preparing food. Oh man. What else I wanted to show? It's not here. Have you guys seen my shorts for like the 24 days of DC? And I just started the 12 days of Marvel. So the 12 days of Marvel come in this here. Oh, and then open it. So every day you pull out a character. And today's, if you haven't seen it, is my favorite so far. And they're mini pops. Today's is mini Spider-Man with an ugly sweater with the Spider-Man logo on it. Look at this. This is awesome. So cool. I could put them here for now. Oh, where am I? Lathea says, Screen Sanctum, if you had to live together with a gay icon, famous person, Who would it be? Famous? Um, Freddie Mercury would be crazy, but I don't party like that. Um, who else? It's kind of like off the top of my head trying to think. I can't, like Elton John would kind of probably be boring, but he'd play a lot of music. Huh. That's a good question. Shira says, what do they call those calendars? Oh, advent calendars. So I don't celebrate, I'm not religious. I honestly just bought them to do videos, right? So, but I researched the 20, the 24 days, the 24-day advent starts on December 1st and ends on December 24th, right? The 12-day advent calendar, I think, is the real advent that starts on Christmas and ends on the 4th. So it goes through to like, I don't know, but it has something to do with religion, but I'm not religious. Lathea says RuPaul is gay. I'm trying to think. I think Freddie Mercury would be absolutely bonkers. I'm trying to think of athletes. I don't know. Oh yeah, what's his name? Barney's. What is his real name? I know who you're talking about. I just don't remember his name. Doogie Howser. But Theus wants to chill with him. What the hell is his name? Someone's got to know his name. Neil Patrick Harris. Yes, Chris was there before me. True says my gay icon is Tim Miller from the Bulwark podcast. Lesbian icon would definitely be Amber Lou. She's another crush of mine. I don't know who these. Let's see. Tim Miller. I don't recognize him. And then Amber Lou. Huh. I don't recognize her. She is in a few movies. Let's see. Sheer says there are shirtless scenes in How I Met Your Mother where Barney is quite fit. I always fancied him more than Ted. Ted is what's his name? Is oh, that guy. He he just looks odd to me. He resembles um Jimmy Fallon. He just has like his face. Ah, she was in a K-pop band. Oh, I'm gonna have to Google famous gay celebrities. All right, let's go through here. This is Andrew Scott is gay? I did not know that. I did not know that Moriarty was gay. Did not. Who else is on here? Billie Eilish, Ricky Martin, obviously. This is not a comprehensive list. There's way more. 45. Oh my God. IMDb has the top 100 gay actors. Number one is Matt Bomer. Let's see. Let's see. Oh, Liberace. Boomhauer's here. Liberace is a good one. The Boom. Jesse Tyler Ferguson. I knew about that. Sean Hayes. We knew about that. The thing is to separate a celebrity from his character. Like, would I want to hang out with Sean Hayes? I don't know. But would I want to hang out with Jack? Probably. Um, doo, doo, doo. Jim Parsons, we knew that. Wentworth Miller was one that I just recently found out about. This is only guys. Do, do, do. Yeah. Ben, I don't know who these guys are. As the list goes up to 100, how is Adam Scott number 51? They have a list of the top 100 gay actors, and sorry, not Adam, Andrew Scott is 51. He's better than almost everyone on this list. Chris says, speaking of politic types, Hassan Piker, Gomer Pyle. Gomer Pyle, you're talking about from Full Metal Jacket? Or is this someone else? Oh, no, that's what he just calls him as an insult. Gomer Pyle is from the Andy Griffith Show. Okay. Let's see. Alan Cumming. Billy Eichner is hilarious. I first was introduced to him in Parks and Recreation. He killed it the last 2 seasons. Yeah, I can't believe that they had Andrew Scott at 51. Boomhauer says no. Jim Neighbors' old TV show. Jim Neighbors? Boomhauer, dude, he was so funny on Parks and Rec. He was hilarious. Matthias says, would not want to hang around too long. She are ready to clench down and prepare for 2025. Boomhauer, it's going to take a lot of booze. So what I was, since mostly everyone is on now, I could repeat myself from before. One, I was thinking about counting down live tomorrow from like 10 o'clock to midnight. Probably won't happen. I was thinking about it. And the other thing was the past like 5 days has been weird. There were 2 separate days this week where I lost 35 subs, and I'm down from last week 80. And to keep me from jumping off a cliff, we've all just agreed that they're purging fake accounts. Boomhauer plans on staying high for 4 years. That's probably a good idea. Chris says, with this, he's a bit of a himbo, plus he's been with a lot of ladies, and being male tramp is a big turnoff. Oh, Elvira. Well, that's because this list, when I like Googled like famous gay celebrities, I was expecting it to include everything, but they literally only included men. So I'll have to do famous LGBT celebs. Let's see. Let's see. All right, IMDb top 100. This is 2017 though. This is so weird. Modified 7 years ago. Number 1 is Jodie Foster. Thea says, with people like that, I would only ever like cuddle. Though cuddling can be nice, I recently did that with someone whom I had no interest in. True says, Boomhauer, I've already started, I'm high now. 2 people high. Cuddling can still be nice. Yes. Boomhauer, gotta catch up with you. Chris said, I had such a crush on Elvira. I'm not really a boob type of guy. I like the mystic, which aura she gave off. I don't even think she's that old. Her name is what? Cassandra Peterson? Like, all right, she's 73. But I remember Elvira from a kid, and just from that memory, like my mind is warped. I feel like she's supposed to be 100. And then there's someone else. Oh, I forgot. There was somebody else that I thought was really old who's not. Chris says, I also like Morticia Addams, the old school one from like the old Addams family with what's his name's dad was Gomez, Sean Astin. that had Carolyn Jones as Morticia. True Seattleite says, I think she was in Pee-wee's Big Adventure. I think she was. Chris says, hey now, men can have boobs too. So yeah, the original Morticia was Carolyn Jones. She actually passed away. She would have almost been 100. She was born in 1930. Damn. And then John Astin is still alive. He's 94. Lisa Loring played Wednesday. She died last year. Doesn't say how old she was though. Oh. Boomhauer says all the Morticias. Oh, so her, Angelica Houston, and then who is the one in Wednesday? Was it Penelope? Not Penelope Cruz, right? Catherine Zeta-Jones, I think. I believe. How do they not even have her on the cast list? Yeah, Catherine Zeta-Jones is Morticia in Wednesday. I don't know any other adaptations. Let's see. Chris says, yeah, the classic Morticia. Shira says, this conversation, we give Chris an inch, he takes a mile. Chris says, hey now, don't talk about my Filipino ex. Christina Ricci was perfect in that role. I always say this. The Kind Assassin and I, we did watch Wednesday. I think I enjoyed it. I liked it. I think she thought it was fine. But the one thing is, as good as an actress that Jenna Ortega is, like when I watch her, I feel like she is acting, like she is doing a good job playing Wednesday. When I watched the original, well, my original with Christina Ricci, she just felt like she was that character, like she was, like that is her. And I don't know if I'm explaining it well. They're both really good at it, but Christina Ricci's Wednesday, I just like believed that that was her. Shear says there wasn't enough of the family. Yeah, that's the bad thing. Sending her off to boarding school and you forget about everyone. But I would have been more pissed if the show was called The Addams Family and they gave us what we got. So they named the show Wednesday. I could give them a pass. Yeah, I think the new season is this next year. Lathea says to all ya heteros. What about Yvonne Stravosky, one of the hottest women ever? And I know I'm gay, but still, I don't know who that is either. Let's see. Yvonne Stravosky, Australian actress. She is 42. She was in Chuck, The Handmaid's Tale, Teacup, Dexter, The Tomorrow War, The Predator. I do not recognize her. I don't. But Matthias, she is conventionally beautiful. Pretty. Chris says Yvonne Stravinsky is pretty. She looks like the lady that plays Captain Marvel. Oh, Brie Larson. Matthias. Shira says she was in Chuck. I have to see that. She was in Chuck. Do, 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 do. I'm like consistently refreshing my channel. Hey, I'm up to one extra sub, 4,189. I haven't done a live stream where my sub count, like right now you could see console giveaway 4,180. This doesn't show like singles. It's only by the 10. So I haven't been on a live yet where I've gotten that 10th where it changes. And that would be cool. That would be cool. Element says, thanks for subscribing, Whitney Watkowski. I didn't know people. Oh, that's cool. So it tells me if someone subs to my channel. Well, I don't think Whitney Watkowski is on the live, but thank you for subbing to the channel. That's pretty cool. That means I have never had anyone sub to my channel while I was live because I've never noticed the stream elements telling me. Shira says, I'm really bummed about Zachary Levy. He's gone. Oh, I don't know. I don't know what. Yeah. But she's like the main reason what makes Chuck great. Boomhauer says, I like how each Gomez has been portrayed a little differently by each actor. Aston was silly. Julia was suave. Guzman was menacing. The Guzman one I like, and I'm not going to pretend like I read the comic, but I heard about it after. So I like that they made him look more like the comic character. Because it's like, to me anyway, it's Gomez and Morticia, even though they're crazy, are like the perfect marriage. And it's cool to see that Morticia is usually played by someone conventionally pretty, and then Gomez is usually like, you know, I mean, Raul Julia is a handsome man, so that was a little bit different. As you said, they played him differently. So they were both pretty, like they were both handsome, gorgeous people, so you go, okay, I could see them. But it's usually a pretty Morticia with a weird looking Gomez. And it's fun because they're like a perfect couple. Welcome to the circus, Whitney. I'm always interested, like if somebody found me during a live stream, they gotta be on. Let me check. Whoops, wrong thing. Let me just see if anyone's being shy. Nope. It's just us. What else is in the news? Entertainment news. We talked about Momoa. We talked a little about the Batman. Earlier, I was talking about Marvel and the characters being either recast, rebooted, or whatever. What else is there? Anyone seen Nosferatu? Lathea says, I'm being shy though, regardless if I'm here, except for when I'm not. So now. Oh, you guys. Funny. Lathea says, oh, I don't know about that. I like to separate actors from their art. Sometimes it's easy to do that, but sometimes, like when people just, like Zachary Levy, he's basically grifting. You don't go from whatever he was to what he is now like that. It's just embarrassing. Lathea says it is super late here. It's crazy. Chris B, I want to see Timothy Chalamet and that Bob Dylan. Yeah, everyone, this is like the year or the quarter of Timothy Chalamet, because on Twitter, all I hear is people talking about him. Like, literally. People cannot be quiet about him. Chris says, that's a good point. Grifter's got a grift. Yep. And it's like, he said something where he's like, oh, because of my views, it hasn't hurt my career. And you just go and look at the movies he's been in, like, no one is really asking for you to be in a movie. He was in, was some, I don't even remember the name, something in the Giant Crayon. Like, okay, come on. Come on, buddy. He says, looking at him up, he looks so different. Boomhauer says, Linda Lavin and Jimmy Carter. Oh, yeah. He did. He did. That's crazy. At least he lived long enough to vote, which he wanted to do. and he died before he had to live through another 4 years. Shearer says, what do you think of Timothée Chalamet with the my friend who fancies him thinks he would accidentally break him? Chris, 100 years old, goodness, he lasted a long time. He has definitely seen a lot, right? Definitely seen a lot. Boomhauer says 100 is a damn good run. I don't even know what oh, that's right. So for everyone else who joined, we were on vacation for Christmas. We were in Cancun, and that is where I celebrated my 45th birthday on Christmas. So I'm 45, like 5 is the odd even number. So it's a milestone. It's weird to think that theoretically I've lived half my life. Obviously, I could die tomorrow. I could be 100, but it's weird to think that there's potential to live another 45 years. That's like, like even if I live, my dad is 75, so that's 30 more years. It's so hard. It's weird to think about it. Chris says, the kind assassin, people say that a lot. I was defending Adam Driver being hot, but someone said he's ugly, and it's only him being famous that makes him good looking. What do you think? Well, the term, I mean, the phrase beauty is in the eye of the beholder, I mean, is true. So, but then again, there's also different terms. Like, some people can be considered hot. Some people can be considered good looking, handsome. Like, there's so many different, terms. But if someone thinks someone's hot and someone thinks that person is just okay, what are you going to do? Kind of says, I was actually thinking of an example, and thank you, Adam Driver. He is not hot. Oh, man. I mean, every time I think of him, when people talk about like looks and stuff, I always think of that viral photo from, I think it was The Last Jedi, where he had like his pants were high and he had no shirt on. True says, so is another 45 years too long or too short? That all depends. If I'm 75 the way my dad is 75, I would be fine. I think if I live that long and I don't get like something terminal, just say I'm fine, I live to 75, I think I would be in better shape than my dad, even though he's in pretty good shape. He played a lot of sports. Like I played sports when I was younger and I haven't really played in over 10 years. So I stopped like my knees, like hurting my knees, running and all that shit when I was 35. My dad played softball till he was almost 70, I think, or like 65. Like and then he was a mailman. So all he did was walk and play softball. Like his legs are not great, but besides that, he's okay. The kind of assassin. He ain't Henry Cavill. He ain't it. Yeah. He's not Henry Cavill. He ain't no Halle Berry. Chris says, I even think John Krasinski from The Office, he's not traditionally handsome, but even with the big nose and the moppish hair, he's like a puppy dog, I think, because of his hair. Boomhauer, ROFL, kind of assassin. Shearer, good point, kind of assassin. I just saw an interview of Cavill when he was 20, and the kids used to tease him and call him Fat Cavill because he was chunky. The thing about Cavill that I like is he is the celebrity. He's the person, like, I think everyone who's not a celebrity, like everyone here, we would say something like, oh, if I was a celebrity and I had a lot of money, I wouldn't change. I would still do this, this, and this. And then most people or most celebrities change. But Henry Cavill, like, Everyone else is out partying and he's building computers and playing video games all day. Like, he literally hasn't really changed, I guess. I mean, of course he has to go to some parties. I'm sure he doesn't go to none, but he still keeps his what's the word I'm looking for? Hobbies. So that's pretty neat. Every once in a while, he'll post something like he's building a new computer or he's playing a new game or something. But Thea says, you are famous within the Screen Sanctum community. I'll take that. I will take that. Thank you. It means a lot to me. Chris says, yeah, him building his computer makes him more relatable. Didn't hurt that he was wearing the tank top. Kind assassin. He's the real one. If you haven't guessed by now who the Kind Assassin's Hall Pass is. Ah, good times, good times. Kind of sad said, like Tupac said, if you got it, better flaunt it. Shira says, exactly. You're our YouTube icon. Thank you, thank you. What's the kind? Oh yeah, I did let slip my hall pass. I slipped it in there. So if you were listening, Chris says exactly. I can't grow facial hair, so I'm jealous. My hall pass. I'm like, I want to put it a certain way. How a lot of people, as they like grow and new celebrities form and there are new people out there. Like when someone was a teenager, their crush was this person. Then in their 20s, it's this person. Then 30s, this person. 40s, it always changes. My hall pass has been my teenage crush. So for almost 30 years, it's never changed. Let's see. Booms is Whoopi. Chris, don't forget to laminate your celebrity list. Ross got in trouble for changing his mind once. Yeah, I would not be allowed to change my mind. But anyways, Clue, it's like it's too easy because it's not an obscure celebrity. So any hint, um, okay, I'll give a hint. Do the Right Thing. Oscar winner. So we'll start there. She is an Oscar winner and was in Do the Right Thing. Let's see. John Wick. What else? I'm trying to find obscure stuff, but it's hard. String of bad relationships. And when we were younger, everyone blamed it on her. But as we got older, we all figured out that no, the guys that she was with were terrible people. That is another. Boomhauer has another one. Losing Isaiah. Baps. Bulworth. Looks great in short hair, yes. When I was a kid, when I was like 17, I always used to say she's the only woman alive allowed to have short hair. Yeah, with all of these hints, that's the biggest one. Yeah, it's Halle Berry. Since I was 17 years old. Chris says, oh my gosh, Shira. What did Shira say? Did you know that Lee Pace recently came out of the closet? Not that you all get a newsletter. Lithia says, Shira, to be fair, I don't know Lee Pace, but I wish. I know the name. I got to see what he's from. This is an interesting one. Lee Pace, I absolutely know who he is. Don't recognize him. It's so crazy. Boomhauer says, and she's totally hot. Kind of sassy. Haha, sure, a good one. Chris, he was in Lord of the Rings. Chris says, and my favorite show, Wonder Falls. Oh my God, it's 7:55 already? This is crazy. Boomhauer says, oh, Thrander from Hobbit. Let's see. The Fall, Pushing Daisies, Foundation. Oh, he was in Guardians of the Galaxy. That's right. He played, what's his name? Ronan the Accuser. Oh, Kind Assassin. Lee Pace is in that show you want me to watch, Halt and Catch Fire. She's been wanting me to watch this for like a year now. I have to add it. Thea says, you mean 4:56, right? Oh, yeah, yeah. Wait, 4:50? No, I'm getting confused. No, it's 7:50. What? No, I don't know what's going on now. I'm confused. Shira says, we like to spill the tea here. The time blurs. The kind of assassin Matthias is the real one for being on at that crazy. Oh, 4:56 in the morning. That's right. I always get confused. He's across the pond. Yes. I'm just dumb. But you all let that slide. Lee Pace was also in Twilight. He was Ronan in Captain Marvel. Yes. He was in Marmaduke. He was in The Hobbit. Wonder Falls. Yeah, I see that here. The Running Man. Guardians of the Galaxy. Resident. What else have I heard of? That's about it. Chris says, the fact that you're still awake with these, kudos, sir. That's not a pond, that's a whole ass ocean. She was like, ew, was he? I guess he needed money. Oh, what, for Marmaduke? Thank you, kind sir. Boomhauer, Twilight, just never understood the draw. Twilight, it's so funny that, and I gotta go to the cast here. Twilight is so funny because it introduced the world. Well, I don't know if it was their first, but it's where I first heard of Kristen Stewart, Robert Pattinson, Taylor Lautner. And that series could have ruined everyone's career. And Kristen Stewart and Robert Pattinson are A-list, and Tyler Lautner does nothing. It's crazy. Like, honestly. Chris says, as someone who loves vampire lore and werewolves, Twilight ruined that world for me as much as the orange one ruined the word Trump. Yeah, it's crazy. Those movies got crapped on, and Robert Pattinson, obviously, and Kristen Stewart used to get shit on too back then. And you were like, "Damn, are they ever going to get out of that?" And they did. They did. All right. Boomhauer says Pattinson was Cedric Diggory. Yes, he was Cedric Diggory. It's crazy to me. All right. This was the quickest hour in the history of hours, but it's time to go. We got 2 days to New Year's. Like I said, just keep an eye out. There is a 90% chance I'm not going to count down the New Year's live, but there's a 10% chance that we're just bored and we do. So just keep an eye out if you want. And we'll have champagne and stuff. And if I do it, I'll have the camera set up in the living room. But what a day, what a day. Shira says Pattinson was really good in Little Ashes, a bit of a man-on-man action. Oh, I can't wait to see him in his new, that comedy, the space comedy he's in. It has numbers in it. Mickey 17. I have to see that movie. So yeah. Good night, everyone. Good night, True. Good night, Chris. Good night, Boom. Good night, Latias. Who else is in here? The Kind Assassin. I'll see you in a minute. I think that's everyone. I think that's everyone. Yeah. So, again, thanks for hopping on. Happy New Year. If I don't talk to you all, if we don't do it tomorrow, Happy New Year. Be safe. If you're up for it, go out, have a good time. If you're not up for it, don't be scared to relax at home because that's what we're probably going to do. So I will see you tomorrow. Well, on the videos anyway. Peace, guys.